guys, so truth be told, I really just want to play Mario Kart right now. And so I was like, if I film one video, I'm allowed to play Mario Kart before filming the rest of the videos. Because if you don't know, I'm a busy gal and I film my videos in bulk. Well, the illusion is broken. Also, if you didn't know, I am almost at No One Cares. I am almost at 1,000 hours of Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart with my entire heart and soul. And we've almost hit an entire 1,000 hours playing Mario Kart and I'm so excited. It's on like 970 something at the moment. Beautiful to see progress. So what we're going to be doing today is just having a catch up because I feel like YouTube, it's changing, you know? My channel used to literally just be about my life. It used to literally just be me sitting down and talking to a camera. And I love doing more like concept driven videos. I love talking about certain topics, but I just want to catch up with you guys. So we're going to be doing a mix of a live catch up and also a Q&A because you guys have questions about my life, about what the fuck is happening, and we're going to go through those. We have got this, man, the ice is all, this is what I get for using disposable plastic. Can you see that? The ice is literally just, do any of you guys just drink iced coffee all the time? Is this not the most satisfying sound? Ah, love it. So, the live catch up. First of all, if you're not following me on Instagram and Twitter, but like Instagram is honestly where I produce some pretty content, I would highly recommend that because I am obsessed with Instagram stories, and not in a like I sit down and chat to the camera for like 3 hours a day, but I am always sharing my day, things that you wouldn't usually get to see about cities like Saigon, which is where I'm living right now, or Ho Chi Minh City. So I share the prices, I share all the new cafes that I go to, I share a bit about my life. By the way, I have recently learned what ladies' night means in Saigon. If you are a drinker of alcoholic beverages, a goer outerer, you will know that there's a thing called ladies' night. Usually in places that I've been to before, ladies' night means that normally girls get free entry or they get like half price drinks, something along those lines. I was organizing a night out with a bunch of girls that I know, and one of them recommended this really bougie bar which has like cocktails that go up to 50 Australian dollars, which does not happen in Vietnam. That is so absurdly expensive. And so I kind of messaged in the group being like, I don't know how cheap ladies' night goes in Saigon, but that's so many dollars. Even if it's half price, even if it's 75% off, I don't know what your version of broke is, but I can't go there. And they replied saying that ladies' night in Saigon means women just get free drinks. They have a range of cocktails and spirits with mixes, and for 3 hours or whatever the place decides, you just get free drinks, like all night. And they have people coming around and ordering from your table. So they come up and they're like, hey, what do you guys want? And we're like, another round of this, another round of this and this and this. And then they just bring them to you. And so we just sat there for 3 hours drinking like really nice Cosmos and then left. So basically I'm really excited to take over Saigon with like my gang of lesbians and just hit up all the ladies' nights, drink all the cocktails, and then leave without talking to any men. That's my dream right now. So short version is I'm loving Saigon so much more than I thought I would. I think when I first moved here, I was a little worried that I wouldn't like it because I don't like Bangkok that much. And in my mind, I was kind of like, and it's a fair assumption to make, it is a massively busy city and it's in Southeast Asia. And so I was kind of like, oh no, what if it's super similar to Bangkok? Because I don't vibe with Bangkok, but obsessed with Saigon, love the architecture, I love the cafe culture. There are so many cafes to work from. And speaking of work, I've started working, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this online yet, but I'm working with a YouTuber that you probably know, on her creative content direction. I am the creative content director. So that's been really fun, working on like a much larger channel, helping to smash out videos there, as well as all my other existing social media marketing stuff. And everything else I've been up to, you can see on Instagram. We took a trip to Phong Nha and to Hoi An, which I loved so much. I'm just loving Vietnam way more than I thought I would. But without further ado, let us get on with some questions that you guys want to know about my life now that it is absolutely not so. What's your favorite meal on this adventure so far? Ooh. Okay, I'm going to put favorite down as like my go-to. If I could have it every single day, I would. One is banh mi, but specifically the banh mi from Ban Nam, and it's their signature tofu banh mi. Banh mi, if you don't know, is really delicious, crusty bread. It's like similar to French bread because colonization. And traditionally it has pork and pate and pickled carrots and all these types of vegetables. But this one has tofu and mushroom pate and pickled vegetables, and it is so delicious. I love days where I know that I'm going to be working from home. This is me working from home. I love that. I have the freedom here to be able to do YouTube, and like, I'm like, oh, I'm working from home today, instead of squishing this in on like a Saturday and then having loads after. Although it is Saturday, but like, it's a working day for me. Thursday is my Saturday. But I love days where I'm doing that because I can order that banh mi because it's the only place that does a good coconut coffee on delivery. So I have to order it. And the banh mi is 30,000, which is a little expensive for banh mi in Vietnam, but it's like $1.80 Australian and $1.20 US. So, and my other favorite on this adventure so far has been the coconut coffee, specifically from Boy House, which is in the cafe apartments. The cafe apartments are this like really, really cool area in Saigon where it's essentially a massive apartment block, and it used to be used for like senior US military members during the war or for specific members of the Vietnamese government. Once the war was over, they gave it to a lot of working people, specifically ones who were working in like shipping and sailors, that type of thing. So they were literally apartments used to house people, and then people started renting out those apartments into cafes, and now it's just this incredible apartment block filled with cafes. And so I walk up 8 flights of stairs every day because you have to pay to use the elevator. So I have not taken the elevator yet, and I just walk up all those 8 flights of stairs and get the best coconut coffee at Boy House. But also Kalao from central Vietnam. It's a dish that you can only get in Hoi An because it's like the water from a certain well there, and then the ash from the trees on an island just off Hoi An. Like, all these specific things make it only available in Hoi An. Oh, and it was so good. If you wrote a book, what would it be about? I am actually, the way I said that made it seem like I'm writing a book. I'm not writing a book yet. No, but I'm gonna be so mad if I ever write a book, because it will seem like I'm a YouTuber writing a book because YouTubers write books. But I, especially when I was younger and all throughout high school, creative writing was my thing. I loved it. I wrote actually an entire Harry Potter book when I was like 10 years old. I don't know where it is now. I think it was like it would have been the 4th Harry Potter book. And it was sensational. And I used to like enter creative writing, like competitions and stuff like that. So if I wrote a book, I don't know exactly what it would be about, but I would love for it to be fiction because I love creative writing and I miss that a lot. But all the writing that I do now, I write for a bunch of websites and magazines and that type of thing, and that's all non-fiction. So if I did a non-fiction thing, I would really want it to be queer related, like stories of different LGBT people or history, something like that. And no idea if it were fiction yet, but who knows? It's not on my like direct plans, but I would love to write a book one day. How does traveling affect your mental state? This is tricky because I think that I know I'm a lot happier now than I was when I was living in Sydney, but I think that that's because I have been able to enforce my own work-life balance a bit more. It's my first time going freelance, and I've worked with some really incredible companies, some really amazing places, but there have been some where the work-life balance wasn't quite where I would have liked it to be. And so being able to not work long hours, like I was working until like from 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. in a few places, and so being able to control those hours and not have that drain me, I think has been really good for my mental health. And that's only available to me through traveling. A lot of people, I think traveling is really expensive and that like, I must be hella loaded to be touring the world like this. But in reality, part of the reason we chose to do this is because the cost of living is a lot cheaper in places like Thailand and Vietnam and all the other places we plan to go. Not all the other places. There are a few that are a little expensive. And so while obviously there are a few upfront costs such as like flights, actually that's really the only like major upfront cost. But yeah, after you take out the fact that flights cost money, yeah, it's a lot cheaper. So sorry, traveling affecting my mental state. This experience has been good for it. Sometimes I get a little anxious with traveling. I don't actually though. No, I'm good. Traveling has never affected my mental state. I have been traveling since I was born. Like growing up, I grew up in a lot of different countries and I was used to doing trips all of the time. And so while obviously as a child I wasn't organizing them and that's something I have to take on now, I'm just kind of used to it. So I can't really say it's negatively affected it at all. When you both get pets, what breed of cat or dog do you want? So if you don't know, my fiance Riley and I are so excited for when we get to the stage in our life where we can have pets. That is the worst part of traveling, is not being able to have pets. I just want pets so badly. I don't really care what breed we have because we both want to rescue, and so, you know, like, you can't be picky when you're rescuing. You're just like, oh, you might not even know what breed it is. But we want 2 cats, 2 dogs, and a lizard. And there would be 1 big dog and 1 little dog, and also the lizard ideally would be something along the lines of like a bearded dragon, something that's kind of easy to take care of in captivity. Although it is going to have like the biggest little lizard home. I'm not getting a lizard until I own a place or can make really good renovations to the place, because I want to build it like a full-on, a massive cage thing so it can just live in its own little sanctuary and live its best life. And I wouldn't want one that eat like animals, like live mice or anything. I really wanted to get a snake, but I just can't do that. Oh, the next question was, what are your thoughts on reptiles? Those are my thoughts on reptiles. Fucking love reptiles. I always have. I've been obsessed with like snakes and crocodiles. Lizards is a new one, to be fair. But like since I was a kid. What does Riley do when you go on solo trips? So if you don't know, when this video goes out, I'll actually be in Cambodia. I'm going solo because 1, Riley doesn't really have much interest in going to Cambodia as much as I do. Like I really want to go and spend like 2 or 3 weeks there. And with my work, I can do that. And it's so cheap. Like there are hostels for $3 US. I've booked everything so far, including like bus to get there, all my accommodation, and like all my buses between the cities that I'm going to. And I think I've spent like $50 US for a 2-week trip. Insane. So what Riley does when I go on solo trips, I don't know. She'll just be staying in Saigon. She'll be working, getting on with her life. It is weird. Like now that we live together, we're so needy and like always around each other and somehow not driving each other as crazy as we thought we would. And we both just like being around each other. I don't like, you know, we're in a relationship. We like being around each other. But also, we did long distance for 2 years. We would go months and months and months without seeing each other. So it'll suck a little bit, but I'll be off traveling. I'm also gonna be working while I'm in Cambodia. Like I've set aside a few days to just sit down and do work, and then a few days to actually enjoy myself. And yeah, I expect Riley will be staying in Saigon and working and socializing and living her life. What have you and Riley been doing for fun in Thailand? I mean, we're in Vietnam now, so I guess what we do for fun is, through the 3 months that we were in Thailand, we had a lot of things, such as wanting to go on a lot of mini trips with my best friend in Thailand, because how many times am I going to be living in Thailand with my best friend? So we went on a few mini trips. We went to Chiang Mai for an entire week for Christmas. And also I wasn't working as much because Liam was there. And so we would actually work every single day together in a cafe, but we would kind of cut that at 5 or 6. And then we wouldn't spend the evening working. We would spend the evening hanging out and watching movies and doing whatever we wanted. So I didn't get as much work done in Thailand as I would have hoped. So when we got to Vietnam, I was like, I'm having a month of hustle. I'm going to be working non-stop for a month to feel like I'm back on track with everything, and then we can go forth and have work-life balance again. So for a month, every single day I would wake up, I would get dressed, I'd go to a cafe, I would work, and then I would come home, I'd eat dinner, and then I'd work until I fall asleep. And I just did that every single day for a month. And then to celebrate the end of the month of hustle, Riley and I took a trip to central Vietnam. We went to Hoi An and Phong Nha, and I was so obnoxious with how much I was socializing. I think I forgot when I was working so much how much of an extrovert I am and how much I just like need other people to feel amazing. So if it was someone that was staying at our Airbnb, if it was someone in a lantern making workshop, if it was someone on a tour of a cave that we were in, even people that we just passed on the street. I saw these 2 girls coming out of our Airbnb once and they were walking down the same direction, and I was like, oh, by the way, all the restaurants that way are closed. There's heaps this way though. Where are you guys from? What are you doing? What are you doing in Vietnam? How long have you been traveling for? Like, I was so annoying. So after that little social expedition, I realized, oh yeah, I'm an extrovert. I like people. And so since we got back, I have been making a conscious effort to make friends. I've been reaching out all the Facebook groups that we're in. And so what I've been doing for fun is essentially anything that anyone else wants to do. If they want to go out, I will go out. Tonight I'm going out to dinner at this like fancy secret garden place, and then we're going dancing. So that's what I'm doing for fun. And if it's just Riley and I on our own, we like just kind of figuring out cheap but fun activities that we can do. We went on a vegan street food tour when we first got here. That was really fun. But yeah, because we're working as well, like I think our life is largely just the same as it would be in Sydney, but just in a whole new city. So things that we do for fun are things like play Mario Kart, or watch a movie, or go for a walk, try a new restaurant, like all that generic stuff, you know? Anyway, that is absolutely everything that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out and listen to this chatty vid. I'm going to go play some Mario Kart as a little treat before filming the rest of my videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please give this video a like because I need your validation, and I'll see you soon. Bye!